Hi everybody, I'm making this video today to talk about an article I just made at Before It's News, which is called Michelle Obama. Did she know that Barack Obama was the Antichrist? And what I'm asking in this article, the question is, Michelle Obama, did she know Barack Obama was the Antichrist? Somebody was asking me, what's the difference between her, Michelle Obama, and Barack Obama? Is she better than him? I was saying, yeah, well, the difference is that she has a birth certificate, but Barack Obama has no birth certificate, and he can go to jail for not having a birth certificate, because if you don't have a birth certificate and you become U.S. president, and you get the, I write here, commander-in-chief. If he becomes commander-in-chief and he gets the nuclear secrets, if he gets the nuclear codes for the national defense, then if he is not an American citizen, then he's a foreigner. So that means a foreigner has got the nuclear codes. So that means he's a spy, because he's not American. A spy is somebody who's not American, who's working for the foreign countries. So I'm saying that Obama is the Antichrist, because why is Obama the Antichrist? Well, because on the day after his election in Chicago, in his hometown, number 666 was drawn in the lottery. That's a sign of the number of the Antichrist. So I'm saying Michelle Obama was married to the Antichrist, but did she know? My question is, did she know that she was married to the Antichrist? Now let's listen to Michelle Obama. She says that Obama is a Kenyan, and you people know that Obama was saying that he was a Kenyan until he ran for election, until he ran for the presidency, because to become a U.S. president he had to be American. So it's when he started running for the presidency, that's when he started claiming that he was an American. But this video is from 2007, and she seemed to be very proud that he was a Kenyan. So let's listen to her.
Due to homophobia, Barack has led by example. When we took our trip to Africa and visited his home country in Kenya, we took a public HIV test
So she says, when we went to Africa and to his homeland of Kenya, she was very happy. He published his memories of his autobiography, and on the cover, on the inside flap of the cover, there was his biography, and he said he was from Kenya, and he renewed that biography several times, like 4 or 5 times. It was re-edited. If you bought his memories of his father, like his biography, in the first edition, and then the second edition, third edition, and fourth edition, during 10 years, it was edited. His biography was edited, but it always said that he was from Kenya. He was very proud to be from Kenya. Now, he may be a phony. He may have been an American, black, Afro-American who make phony biographies. They do that all the time. And for maybe Obama is an American, Afro-American, and he has this phony biography where he used to make believe that he was from Africa. Anything is possible with Obama, But we can get that. We can get to the bottom of this. Okay, here's another case where she says this here during a fundraiser in Tampa in December 2007. That other one I was just looking at, that was in 2000. I don't know when it was exactly. But she said he was from Kenya. And this one is from 2007. She discussed how hard it was for her and her husband to pay off student loans from good schools. Michelle Obama said the following: "What it reminded me of was our trip to Africa 2 years ago, and the level of excitement that we felt in that country, the hope that people saw just in the sheer presence of somebody." She says in the sheer presence of somebody like Barack Obama. To be in the sheer presence, that's like being in the sheer presence of God, or being in the sheer presence of divinity, She's acting like Obama is God, the hope that, so she's saying, the hope that people saw just in the sheer presence of somebody like Barack Obama, a Kenyan, a black man, a man of great statesmanship, who they believe could change the fate of the world. Obama is a great statesman who people believe can change the fate of the world. This is what this Michelle Obama is saying about Obama, her husband. She's just like, she thinks he's Michael Jackson, and she's selling the dude, she's selling cornflakes or something. She's selling this crap. She's a snake oil salesman. Okay, let's listen to her.
Level of excitement. What that reminded me of was our trip to Africa 2 years ago. And the level of excitement that we felt in that country, the hope that people saw just in the sheer presence of somebody like Barack Obama, a Kenyan, a black man, a man of great statesmanship who they believe could change the fate of the world. We are still living in...
Hey, I'm sorry, that's kind of mangled. But I mean, she's saying, in the sheer Kenyan, and she says a black man. She's saying a black man as if being a black man was such a fantastic thing, It's very racist. She's very racist. She says, like being a black man is such a fantastic thing. She's like the Black Panthers. They're basically ultra racist, and they hate white people. They hate anybody who's not black. And they only say that only the black people are good. The black people are the best people in the world. It's just this systematic. Black is beautiful. You guys remember black is beautiful. Okay, now here's one final thing. Obama doesn't know his birthday. President Obama just can't seem to keep track of birthdays, especially his own. So Obama said, I'm going to be turning 50 in a week. Obama always says, I'm gonna. He always says, I'm gonna. He talks like guys from the ghetto. He doesn't speak English in an English way. He speaks his own kind of, special kind of ghetto English. I'm gonna be turning 50 in a week, so I'm starting to think a little bit more about Medicare eligibility. Obama said at a news conference, but according to the document he claims to be his official Hawaiian birth certificate that he released April 27, 2011, his birthday was not until August 4th, which was actually 3 weeks away from the time he said. Not one. It was not 1 week. He says, I'm going to have my birthday in 1 week, but it was 3 weeks later. So he obviously can't keep track of his birthday because he has a phony birthday. Okay, let's listen to Barack Obama, Barry Soetoro.
I'm going to be turning 50 in a week, so I'm starting to think a little bit more about Medicare eligibility. I'm going to be turning 50 in a week, so I'm going to be turning 50 in a week. So
it seems that Barack Obama doesn't even know his own birthday. Surprise, surprise. After spending more than 2 years in office deflecting questions surrounding his correct birth date and his correct birthplace, Obama officially, in front of cameras, missed his own birthday. On Friday, July 15th, he...
Okay, that's kind of mashed, but that's okay, you people get the idea. Obama doesn't know his birthday. Michelle Obama has been saying for years that she's married to a Kenyan. Okay, you guys, so Obama's the Antichrist. I told you guys all about that. He on the day after his election, the Chicago lottery in his hometown drew 666. That's a heavenly miracle. You people have to realize that we're talking about heavenly miracle. Now, I'm the only person in the world who's announcing this. Now, why is it that I'm the only person announcing this? It's because millions of people saw this in Chicago when he was elected, and the lottery of Chicago is drawn all over the north, the northeast, like from Michigan to Wisconsin, Indiana, Iowa, all those states, and all the other states too. They all play that. That's the big lottery for that area. So it's in the news, you know, and they put the results up on the street corners. You know, everybody plays the lottery everywhere, in the pubs, in the bars. So I was thinking, you know, the Christians are going to get all over this. They're going to be all over this. No, nobody has done anything. It's been 5 years now. Nobody's doing anything. That's why I am really mobilizing to get this news out. So, yeah, I say we should go and picket the White House. We should picket the White House with, you know, Obama Antichrist signs. Here's some signs we could bring, like Obama V-Day Lotto number 666. Remember that can be a sign we can take to march on the White House. Or else remember the Illinois 666 lottery, or 20811 Illinois lottery 666, or 666 lottery Antichrist, Obama 666 Antichrist, Illinois lottery 666. These are all signs we can carry these signs. So here are examples of signs we can bring. Here's a nice sign. Obama, public enemy number 1, Antichrist. That's a cool sign. Here's another sign that's really cool. The Antichrist is living in the White House, Obama. That's a super cool sign. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here are signs. Antichrist Obama. Your rabbi is a whore. God hates fag. God is America's terror. Here's one. Antichrist Obama. Here's another one. Antichrist Obama. This is the same group, the Westboro Baptist Church people. Here's another sign. You know, you can make a copy of that. That sign's disappeared. Here's a cool one. You make a copy of that and you take that with you to Washington. Walk on Washington. Here, these are all the same. Here's a really cool one. You take a picture of that and put that up on a sign. Here, look at this. The lesbians and the gays, they go crazy. They hate the Westboro Baptist Church. Here, look at the kids. Here are the kids demonstrating against Obama. And they'll be brought up in the right way. Look at this one. This is cool. Here are all the signs of the Westboro Baptist Church. And you get Obama Antichrist up at the top. This is a really neat picture. You know, if you look at this picture, this is awesome. Look at this. Wow. Okay, Antichrist Obama way up at the top. These are the Westboro Baptists. This girl here, she's left the church. She was getting so much flack, she had to leave because it was just going crazy. Because she's a really pretty girl, so they were after her. They were hassling her like crazy. Okay, here is a very good video by P.P. Simmons, which says that 666 was drawn on the day after Obama was elected. Here is a demonstration in Washington, and there's this lady here who's from the Westboro Baptist Church. She said Obama is the Antichrist. She said she was in front of the White House, and she said Obama is in the White House. The Antichrist is living in the White House. Here, I think I can have you listen to that right now.
Antichrist resides at the White House. This is the end, the last hours of the last days of all. Where should we be?
Yeah.
At the White House.
Yeah, I got it.
This is the end, the last.
Okay, this is it. Listen to what she says.
Antichrist resides at the White House. This is the end, the last hours and the last days of all. Where should we be?
She says the Antichrist, Obama, resides in the White House. This is the end of, she says, this is the end of everything. She said, where should we be instead of here? This is the place we should be. You know, she's right on the money. She's right in front of the White House, and she's saying, this is my mission. She says, this is the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. You know, she wants to go to heaven. If she wants to go to heaven, that's what she has to do. She has to be there and do that. Okay, people, that's the video for today. Bye bye.